you need someone, at least from my perspective, you need someone to make you understand of like how you're going to approach that specific person. So Fajik actually helped me a lot with that. A lot of mock interviews, a lot of like guidance, the documents that you guys, everything that you guys have shared with me, the knowledge.
Welcome everybody. We are now in Stuttgart. We finally reached the southern part of Germany, and I'm here with Babar from Pakistan in a nice restaurant. Welcome, Babar.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. Great.
Okay.
Babar is now in Stuttgart, and we want to talk about his motivation, why he decided to move to Germany, but also would like to find out today how life is in Stuttgart, which is definitely a different story and different city compared to Frankfurt and Hamburg. So we jump in. Let's go. Baba, you are working as a Fullstack developer?
Full stack software developer.
Software developer. You are now here since April this year.
Yeah.
In Stuttgart. How is it going?
Well, I'll say everything is going pretty well. Things are really smooth for now. Uh, I won't. It's much better than I expected for sure, because when I was coming here, I was a bit nervous. Definitely, there was a lot of motivation and stuff, but moving to a new country or moving to a new place was
So it was a big step, right?
it was a big step. But I think when I reached here, everything just everything took care of itself, and things were really much good, I would say. And overall, my experience is really, really, really good for now.
Right. When we look back, you joined our program because you wanted to move to Germany. What was your motivation? Why did you want to move to Germany?
So basically, the first thing about Germany is that obviously the work-life balance, like a lot of people, what I've heard from my own friends, from the people who are already here and I was in contact with, they were very much fan of the work-life balance that we had, which I personally didn't have in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it was a bit difficult to give time to your family, give time to your work, and so even like it sometimes it wasn't even possible to make a trade-off or something. So my biggest motivation was to actually achieve the point where yes, I work for my patient, I work, I develop my skills, but also I just stay relaxed. I feel much more good about my life, myself. So that was the most biggest motivation. It was the work-life balance for sure. Yeah, I would
Okay,
say.
and why Germany? Maybe you can give us a bit more insights. Why Germany? I mean, there are many other countries as well in the world which maybe give you this go or what you were looking for. Why Germany?
I would say that Germany was actually, so if you know that a lot of the modern tech that's going on, like right now, if you see Mercedes, they're working on the sixth generation artificial intelligence cars where there's like a lot of high-tech research going on. Advantage, a lot of like, there are a lot of corporates here, which were always the motivation for me to be there. So first thing, that was it. Second, even if I compare it with the US, yes, in the US or in other first world countries, you might find it, but it's not the same as what you do here. I have worked with the US clients previously, if I even compare it just with the US, which is, I think, the ultimate motivation for people to go. So I would say that even in the US, I worked with them, but I didn't find that, what I was looking for.
Okay.
So then I took a leap of faith and I actually have approached a lot of my friends who are already working here, and the feedback that I just received from them about like how good the life is here, I said, okay, that's fine. I'll just give it a try. So even I find Fajik through few of my friends with whom I was in contact with, and yes, then I started going for it, and
Okay,
yeah.
great. And then you found us. Why did you decided to work with us?
Well, to be honest, first of all, as you know that the first step to get in the job market is to actually position yourself very well in order to get in the market, in order
Right.
to understand the thinking mechanism of the people, right? And the thing is that as you guys were already working, and also one of my friend who actually got the job through you people.
Okay.
So it was like first of all a very an example was there in front of me. So I decided, okay, if there is this example. The second thing that I decided, because first of all, I was working a full-time job, and I was required to put a lot of my efforts over there. So it
Hmm.
was a little bit of tricky for me to do all the research on my own. I'm not saying it was impossible, but it was difficult to
Hmm.
actually keep the job going, do all the research, try to first how you can actually make someone think that you're good for the job, and then getting the interview calls, and then I think it required a lot of effort. And
Have you
I
actually applied without us also?
not really.
Okay.
Yes, that I actually given it a thought, but yes, there were like few example. I didn't see the bandwidth
Hmm.
in my current job to all that by myself. And so I decided, okay, if you guys are providing that service, I'll go with the service. And it worked. I think it worked. Yes, that's why we are having this conversation.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
You actually arrived here in April and you joined our program um,
December.
December. Yeah. So
December, I think so.
until joining, until you got the job, it was just a matter of 4 months then.
To be here, I think yes. To be
Okay.
here
Yes.
in 4 months, I think it took me 1.5 months to get the offer letter, and after that, I think it took like 1 or 2 months, and now I'm here.
Okay. Great. Wonderful. So now the dinner has arrived. I think we pause here and we'll continue our interview after our dinner.
Sure.
If you look at our program, to what extent would you say it helped you to prepare your time here in Germany actually, or your office work?
I think I would say so as you already know, I have definitely recommended a lot of my other friends to Fajik. Why? Because as I explained, first of all, as developers, it's very hectic to take out time from your current job and then understand the whole procedure. And then, because like as a Pakistani sitting in front of a German interviewer whose expectations are something else, whose mindset is something else, whose thinking is something else, you need someone, at least from my perspective, you need someone to make you understand of like how you're going to approach that specific person. So Fajik actually helped me a lot with that. A lot of mock interviews, a lot of like guidance, the documents that you guys, everything that you guys have shared with me, the knowledge. I think it became a very primary reason of why I'm having this interview with you, because it's very much difficult. Yeah, technical interviews you can crack, but even getting these interview calls itself is a very difficult task. You cannot convince anyone. Okay, even doesn't matter how much skillful you are, it's a bit tricky to convince someone with your document and with your personality.
And one should never forget technical rounds also mean communication, right?
Exactly.
So there's also some do's and don'ts that you should definitely respect, guys.
Exactly.
You are now, yeah, do you want to add something? Sorry?
The one suggestion that I want to give is like that in the technical round, it's not only about, as I've mentioned, it's not only about getting the solution right. Efficiency, how you communicate it, how you discuss it with the interviewer. For example, you might not be presenting the most best solution, but if you're clear with your words, if you're clear with what you have in your mind, that's also a very good aspect that few companies look for in a candidate. That if a person like, yeah, I understand what he's saying.
Exactly. Communication, because as you said, at your office, you have to work a lot, you need to communicate a lot in
Exactly.
teams with different stakeholders, clients, and so on. Yeah?
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Okay, very interesting, very true what you just said. If you are a software developer and you want to come to Germany as Babar did it, want to live and work in Germany, feel free to contact us and we are happy to discuss your case and support you also to find your job in Germany as soon as possible. We're looking forward to see you soon. Take care. Bye.